need to have this labelled twice. So I've just gone around, and by doing that I've just managed to delete the extra one. There is a quick way of doing it, but I can't find it right now. But you can go around and do them individually. I thought I could some way through this. It's making me grumpy. Right, so we got to there. Plan production. So now we're going to create a plan. So, yeah, this places a view frame over your alignment. If it's a long alignment, multiple frames will be added. If you look at the tutorial, you see that the frames are overlapped and turned a bit so that they sort of follow the direction of your horizontal alignment. So, ribbon, output, plan production. So we want output, plan production, create view frames. Alignment, you can see how long it is. To be honest, there's only going to be one. This is where you can choose. You can choose to have on the one sheet the plan and profile, like the one I showed earlier. You can choose just to do a plan only. Or you can choose to do the profile only. Now I'm going to be lazy and just going to choose plan and profile. Same thing, we need to select the Australian New Zealand template. So we go back through to this, and you can see here you've got some choices. Plan only, plan and profile, profile only. So I'm going to go plan and profile, open. I think I can do 1 to 500 with this. We'll see what happens. So we're going to put it along the alignment. If we tick this box, it's going to start the first box 10 metres before your alignment, alright? If you don't like that, you can make it 5 metres or 2 metres. So we're just going to leave it as defaults. I don't think there's much we need to change there. For matched lines, it's probably not going to matter. We're only going to be using one box. Okay, we're not going to have multiple boxes that are along alignment. Profile views. So we're going to choose how we want our profile. It's going to be 5 times exaggerated vertically. And we'll leave it at the default band set for rows. Create view frames. If you zoom back here, we now have a view frame box along our alignment. So you can probably see that even 1 to 500 was a bit generous. We probably got away with 1 to 200, alright? Well, this is okay. Okay, so this is why I suggest you can back this up and redo it, but this is also why I suggest it's important to make backups at every stage along the way. I'm going to leave it like that so we can get this done and go home. Right. Time to create some sheets. We're going to work, we're going to think about it. Another bunch of stuff turns up. We've only got one view frame, so I might as well pick them all. Number of layouts per drawing. Now, this is where it gets a bit tricky. Well, it's not tricky, it's just that if you can choose to put each layout in a separate drawing. You can choose to all layouts in one new drawing or all layouts in the current drawing, okay? So you've got a bit of option there. I don't know what's the best. I'm going to choose putting all layouts in the current drawing. And you can put in a default name, or you can leave it like that and adjust it later. I'm not going to bother with a north arrow. I'll show you how to add one in later. Create sheet. Complete this process, your current drawing will be saved. Select profile view option, and we'll come over here out of the way somewhere. hope it's going to work, stuck at 50%. Everyone's holding their breath. Yay! So we've got our profile view, okay? Now the issue with it is that we don't have any depth, alright? So we just click on it. We just got to go back what we did before. Profile view properties, when we first did this. It's on the bands, and you look along here, and they're both set to the same. And if I remember rightly, if we pull the description along, set design profile to P1, design profile P1, natural P2. So I had to hold my breath here for a moment, but it did work. And apply, okay. And we can see now we've got our depth along our profile again. Cool. Is it? Do you care? Right, we can go and hopefully, is it sheet one's just popped up? Is it going to work? And here we are. We have now this. Okay, now notice we can see the boundary we put on. I would suggest that in your model space you turn that into, you create a layer saying no display and put that boundary in that layer, and all the stuff you want to hide, stick it in the no display layer, okay? So create a layer, no display, and put all that stuff you don't want in there in your no display. And we're down here. Now you might be thinking, oh, I want to rearrange a few things, but if you double click in there, oh, it does work. Sometimes, some of them are locked, okay? So if you come down here, display locked, yes, we can, so set it to no, alright? So you can change your viewport around a bit, okay, if you wish. Alright?
Changing a scale.
This is, no, don't trust changing scales. So you can do things like that. If you can plan this around a bit if you want to. Now up here we've got a dodgy looking north arrow which is not pointing the right way, and a dodgy looking scale bar. Easiest, the best thing to do with them is highlight and delete, highlight and delete. Up here we have a north arrow. Somewhere, if we're lucky, we can choose a bunch. Stick it here. Stick it in the work. Choose a viewport, sorry. Put the location, and we've got a tiny little pimple there. Zoom in, and properties, over here, and scale of 1 and 1. So we're going to change that maybe to say what? 25, see if 25 works. Oops. And I think we'll have to go regen maybe.
Is that 25?
There we go. So we have our north arrow, okay? And it's facing north automatically. Or I believe the term is automatically. Alright? We want a scale bar. I don't know which is the best. I'm just going to pick one, choose a viewport, and let's say it's 50 metres. Well, that might be a bit much. Let's say 25 metres. Just try, see what you like. Under 500. Put it over here, and we've got a scale bar. In theory, to scale. Alright? So, they've got these things that help you, alright? And then finally, section sheets. So we come back to output, is output. Create section sheets. proposed road. Yeah, that's all I want. Same thing, you can set some default names. That's all you got to do. Oh, set sheet storage. So, depending on when you want your sheet stored, so it will normally store it to your local drive, My Documents. Probably not the best thing to do it. Unitech, you'll never find them again. So I'm just going to come down to my usual place. Testing, I'll stick it there. And then when you're ready, create sheets. Gives you a warning, it's going to save your drawing. I don't know why it gives you a warning. What choice do you have? You need to be patient. And looks like it's done. You're going to do anything with it, just thinking about it. Well, I bollocks it up. Yeah, it didn't work. Bollocks. Sheet set. Why didn't it work? Someone tell me. Hey? Use, no. Cut and fill drawing. That's the right bugger. That is a right bugger. And why has not worked? Blank. Oh, icon killed my computer. That was there earlier, wasn't it? Is yours blank? You're not. Yours work. Oh. Okay. Cool. So you can fiddle around and in your model space drag them around so that everything's aligned more nicely and stuff like that, okay, and then update them in your layout. Oh, work for Shannon. So
I saved the sheets to the desktop.
there you go. You might mean I've got a smarter thing to do.
I don't know where else to save them.
Alright. But as you can see, what you're supposed to get is something like that. Okay? What you're supposed to get is something like that. As you can see, it doesn't always work. So what I'm going to do is find my sheet sets. Actually, where are they? Keyframe group. That's what I want. Oh, we will end up just doing this all again. Create section sheets. I genuinely think that I'm screwed now. I have to go back to a good backup and have another go. New sheet set, add to existing sheet set, sheet storage locations. It should all be there. Sample line group. I'm just going to check my sample line group. Alright. So I'll make the assignment live in a moment. Actually, I'll do it now. So I should have done it earlier. Should have done it earlier. Back up. And turn on editing. Let me do this. Oh, good. And edit. Edit settings. What's the one? Is anybody in Moodle? Please see if I'm going to pretend to be a student.
Yeah, it's up.
It's up.
Yeah.
Alright. So the assignment and all the data is now available. So you can probably do it by tonight. Student. I'm going to pretend to be a student and it's all there. This moves me. Alignment, catchment, alright. So I'm going to hang on, well, I'll make the model. It's all there. It's all there. Yep. Time. I don't know. I do not know what the problem was, but it worked for me that time. You got the solid? Very good. You got it. I don't know why, it didn't work for me the first time, but when I redid it the second time, without changing anything that I'm aware of, it worked. No, it didn't go anywhere. I just thought I'd redo it, and it worked that time. Means I've got all these blank section sheets down here. I've got, yeah. I mean, you'd relabel it, a section sheet. I don't know how you label your section sheets, but you'd relabel them anyway. You don't leave them up like this. You call them something. Yeah. Okay. So you got yourself sorted. You use yourself sorted.
One quick question.
Yes. Yep.
So we do it on sheets?
Yeah, it's all electronic. So you create your layout. So you but some of us it won't be. It'll just be data on the thing. So I want to be. I'll say this area on there. Make sure your tin model is working, your volume surface is working, because I will try adjusting it and see if it changes, alright? Okay? Make sense? Alright? But if anything you need to put on the layout now, please, is a bit of a slight mess. Alright?
So mainly for you, it's just
The model and all this, what your alignment's on, alright? It's just you will do a bit of a excitement. You're going to turn up the handle and the right later anyway.
Yeah.
Alright? So please make sure you're keeping backups of your assignments and don't be afraid to upload them into the digital Dropbox because you can, that proves that you've done something. If you have to have a sack or something, or say you lost your work, you can, hello, create sheets, yeah, so ribbon, plan production, create sheet, yeah. Try clicking it. You're being naughty. My goodness. Hang on, well, you've created sheets, haven't you? Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I think you missed it. You did that first, didn't you?
Yeah.
What were you doing? Sleeping. Land production, takes your viewpoint ribbon. Upload. Viewframe. Alright. I think that's good. You only got that one. Planning profile, that's what we'll do. Roger may want them separate, so you may have to do a plan one and then a profile one. So you need to choose the appropriate template for introduction. So planning profile sheet, which is what we're going to do right now. You can experiment later on once you've got yourself a good working model. I'll try 1 to 500 because we know it works. You can experiment 1 to 200 for this one, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, one moment, set view frame, offset. Next, nothing to worry about. Next one, nothing to worry about. Profile views, nothing to worry about. Nothing else. It's just labels, stuff like that. Create view frames. Oh, we have light. So you come back to your model. And we've got a view frame now over our, what's the name, alright? Now, create sheets.
Is it still running?
Alright. So we'll just add in the current drawing. We want the saving to go none, but it's still trying to do it. Next, sheet set. Storage location. At the moment it's just going to dump it on your desktop, which you may or may not want. Profile views. I think we can just leave that at the moment. We'll also come back and edit it later. Create sheet. Just take you through this. So
Upload it as soon as possible.
It'll take a while.
Thank you.
You can do that. Save all that come back and fix any favour. So I would like to hatch, possible product, and I think we can leave that like that for the moment. Finish. Back to here. Profile views, line, yep. You can choose that, or choose the middle. Create sheets. You're going to save it, is that alright? Select origin, so we'll just get that out of here the way a little bit. Silence, everybody's going, please, 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 have a words, please, please. Warning, an error occurred during save. There you go. That's a shame. I don't know what it means. But for some reason it's not letting it save. Maybe it doesn't have the right permission for the desktop. So there you go. Alright, if we zoom in, please bring up the mouse. See, we don't have to worry about editing because all that stuff's in there already, okay?
So why do you need another one when you already have one?
This is what they use for the plan production, okay?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But basically, I don't know why we don't not use that one, but you do notice it's missing a bit of bullshit. Okay, because here you've got all this stuff, and this one doesn't, because everyone's got home and can't show how to do that now. Alright, so, and if you look down here, you should have a new sheet somewhere, sheet 1. Okay? Yeah, so there you go. You got these here, but which I'll show you how to change, because you can just get a new one. Click it, new viewport. Okay, click a point. It's going to be horribly minuscule, so you need to scale it up. Scale bar. There, click a viewport. We'll leave it like that, use the wheel. Point. There it is. Alright. Okay. So this thing here, if you hit escape please. That's what you have this at.
Actually, it's starting to feel that
Highlight it. Property.
But it's harder.
Change that to say 25.
Well, as in, I'm working as a company, so I have to help me.
Enter.
My personal assistant.
And
Because I'm in the serving department, so I talk to this guy. He's next to me. He's not
now
really
you may have to
24/7.
type in
40
REGEN.
hours a week.
REGEN. There we go. Alright. You happy? Alright. Sorted. Those guides there are not that difficult. Hello? Yeah, you got sample lines all along here, haven't you? No. There you go. Turn line. Is that the right one? Okay. Now come up here to up here. Fire ranger station. Alright.
Okay.
Okay. So
So this
check
is,
the-
I want to hear the commentary.
Submit.
This is last.
There's a void
You okay?
Videos and stuff.
Okay.
for this.
Well, basically, what we've done until do everything you've done for the last 2 weeks is what you've got to
See,
do. Alright?
Civil3d.
Yes, all the way through to your tin, to your volume cut and fill.
So it's two different cameras.
Yep, so
Well, yes. I do want to see this separate. Words that is like this, okay? With slow arrows and these onto
Alright. All you do is just save this as a file, you just gotta keep it.
Just do that. You're going to have to do it for what you go to download it as a file. You make it download it. Alright? No, I don't want something to
I don't just need
No, that's fine. I'm so thankful you provide us resources. Seriously, like the stuff which she's doing the last week's stuff. I understand why I had such a all of yesterday. Because I can't do it. Like, it's not, really that clear. For me to pick it up now.
Okay. You got it sorted then? Yeah.
I'm actually worried about the assignment because there's no.
Okay.
There's no video, it's like step by step.
No,
Yeah.
as in what he's
Now, it seems to have already done it.
challenge.
Saying override.
Project comes in.
You already done it, so cancel that. You've already done it. Okay. Right,
Yeah.
so you now got your sample lines.
Can I go to work? I don't have a laptop.
Yeah, create multiple views.
Yeah.
Okay. So is that everything what you want?
So-
Nothing, all that data is correct?
Yeah. So I'm going to be here tonight till 11.
So you just have to
I'm just
go
going to
next
catch up
through.
from last week's lesson and then tomorrow
Yeah,
I'm
and
going
then
to
you
come and
find
catch
the template.
up today's lesson.
So make sure you're in your introduction,
Make- catch
the
up next
introduction folder, the
That's fine.
introduction folder. No, you were there. You were there. Back to templates. The introduction. Find that one. Sheet, section sheet, A and Z. Yeah. Double. Scale, I think what we do is like this scale. Okay. 1 to 200, is it? Yeah. There you go. Excellent. Yeah, keep going next. Ignore that, next. Next. Now, you need to change the styles. E.g. for both of them. change it to existing, so ANZ existing. Okay. Things not going to work either, there's something wrong. Now you're on label set, you need to be in style. Try that. Oh. Ah. You haven't got things quite right. You're missing something in your drawing, right? And I can't be bothered right now going. You have to go right back to sketch. Okay? So I'm not quite sure where you've gone wrong there, my friend. In this case, you've got that and that. Somewhere along the way, you've skipped the step, right? At some point in the past. Cancel that. Pretty horrible, haven't you?
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh yes, no, I've done like that warning. Make a little warning there. Surface line, I'll right click and rebuild, but I don't even make it go away. I didn't make it go away. I'll run the warning for a moment, see what it says. Highlight it. Movement radius highlight, something there. Oh, with this. Why are you having issues? Can you scroll into here close up, please? This is all working, good. It's all working. Oh, can you select your, what is this? Yes, corridor, preferably the surface. No, preferably the corridor surface. Okay, now right click, object viewer, full screen it. Okay, change it from 3D hidden to conceptual. Right, just in the middle of the screen, middle of your corridor, middle of the screen, left click and drag up. Falling off the edge of your world, okay?
Yep.
That may not happen. That may not help with your various things, okay?
Oh.